here, and Joan in the Desert by Louise Wynn. My name is Brad Bolchunas, and I'm part of PDX Playwrights, and we have a lot more action happening with the remainder of this week with the festival within the festival, so be sure to check that out in your festival guides and online, if you be so kind. We have a show that is approximately an hour in length this evening. There's no intermission. And I did want to ask everyone to please silence your cell phones. Thank you so kind. And also, I did want to mention that there was a change in the program. Louise Wynn will be reading for the part of Aaron Jackson. Or rather, not the part, but the actor whose name is Aaron Jackson. With that, enjoy the show.
Joan in the Desert, Act 1, Scene 1. Joan finds herself in Saguaro National Park, just outside of Tucson, Arizona. There are rocks and sand everywhere, including one large rock and a very large saguaro cactus, which stands largely and belligerently, challenging every passerby. The sun shines with an aggressive heat. Joan is wearing armor and carrying the sword she wielded in life. Her mission in the 15th century was inspired by visions of saints who directed her to fight to save France from the English invaders. Her initial success was followed by persecution, jail, torture, and finally being burned at the stake. She appears to be listening to voices we do not hear.
Merci, mes amis. You are welcome. But there is only one of me, and I am not a friend. C'est moi, it is I, only I. What's next, I wonder? And how have I got here? Catherine? Margaret? Ole Saint-Michel? Catherine? Margaret? Ole Saint-Michel? None of the above. Then who? And why are we speaking English? Oh. You fool! You didn't really believe that sappy dauphin would win, did you? The English won in the end. But the angels, my precious saints, my voices. I have no explanation for your voices or your visions. Now that I think of it, for any voice, this voice which now you are continuing to hear me like that. Ah oui, je t'écoute bien. And now, you may stop. 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 Stop talking. You have made your point. The English have won, and here I am in hell. Maybe the steak and the fire, I would have preferred. Doubtful. Very doubtful. And in fact, don't you know this, do you not? Oui. No. I don't know. Only, I tell you, I just smell smoke. Fires. Not your fires. All over the earth, burning up the world, the forests, even these deserts. Not Helsing. What am I doing here? For what purpose have I been sent to this place? Which... Do you not know why you are here? Nor I, nor anyone else knows, nor how I got here, nor how long I must stay here, nor you. What must I do, sir? I know nothing. You can't tell me. You know nothing. I cannot remove any more armor. Nor this blouse, nor these pantaloons. Must I die here? Again? It does not seem that one death should be enough. How would I know? What is expected of a saint?
I am not a saint. They named me witch before, later saint and hero. But I was none of those. I was a girl named Joan, whom my mother called Jeanette, a girl who wanted only to do the right. I am still a girl. Yes, still a girl. So wearing men's clothes. The only crime for which I was convicted. And who are you? Of course, so unlike those which guided me through my youth and domain.
You may well ask. But if you don't know, perhaps you are dreaming.
I am not dreaming, but you. Of what do you dream? Altars, incense, the hosts, the wine, the saints.
I may ask the same of you. Of what do you dream? Of voices telling you what to do, of your wound in battle, of your followers deserting you in your time of need, of your time in a fortress prison, of the English soldiers crowding into your cell, of the priests who refuse to give you communion, of your time before the judges. This world you are in now does not require the fire. Perhaps something like that. You will see, maybe.
Stop! This is nonsense. The question is why we are here together. Me with you, who are, I believe, a priest, or a soldier of the English, a torturer. I know that much. I know your voice. Not that I imagined ever to hear it again.
Act 1, Scene 2. Joan is in the Lucky Strike Oval on Speedway Boulevard in Tucson, Arizona. She's standing at the counter with the manager, a kid, who's showing her the ropes. Ask me my size.
But I see very well your size. You are as tall as my papa, somewhat taller than me.
Hello, we've come through this before. Ask me my shoe size.
What size shoe do you wear, madame?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Then why did you tell me to ask you?
This is how people are. They don't know what size shoe they wear. Or sometimes they know, but they're trolling you. They're just idiots, or they're freaks, or they want you to come out from behind the counter and measure their feet. I don't know. But here's what you say next. Say, ma'am, if you will please take off your shoes you're wearing and look inside, you'll see what size there.
I wish I knew what I was doing here.
Focus, girl. You're here because I found you in the desert on my way back from Phoenix, about to get run over by those giant rigs on I-10. You look lost and hungry. You were half naked. You know it gets cold in the desert at night, and you were just wearing your fancy underwear. Also, I'm a sucker for a hardship case.
I mean that.
I know what you mean. And I'll tell you what, when you find the answer to that question, to what you're doing here, would you please go ahead and tell me so that I can figure out what I'm doing here? And then everybody else in the world can figure out what they're doing here, and we'll all live happily ever after. Now,
Countermeasures, coming in for the bright sunlight into the dark bowling alley, having trouble seeing.
who are you? And what are you doing here? I saw the ad. I got here early so I'd be first in line, but I'm here. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is Joan. She got here first, and so I gave her the job. Oh, I'm sorry. If you'd like, I can... No, that's okay.
Oh no, just don't mean it really. She seems like she needs it. And I may not be here for long.
Wow, you really mean it? I guess you don't recognize me. I used to come in here every Tuesday night with my husband and a bunch of his friends from work. The 2 Tuesday tech team. Right, I know. Yeah, sorry, your face is not familiar. Your husband? Oh, yeah, the guys from that startup out there on Miracle Mile. Yeah, so what happened to them? They're not coming around anymore. The whole league's down to just 3 teams. Yeah, tech, my big fat white behind. Excuse me. It was all Bitcoin. They called it tech. Sure, I mean, I guess it was tech. Tech means a new way to bamboozle people. Tech talk hiding the fact that it was all made up and it all disappeared like magic. You know, why not? There they were out on the far end of the Miracle Mile. They said whatever they wanted. And poof, your money's all gone. Also your job and maybe your life outside of a person's house. Oh my goodness. Well, that's right. Your husband was the VP of that company, wasn't he? So is he in jail now? No, not him. Some of them. He's too smart, hiding in your office. Whoa. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You would be a Fed for all I know. But wait, why would I care? I'm the one stuck here, taking care of 2 little kids, trying to find a job while he's down there drinking tequila or whatever.
Oh, my dear, you must take this work. It is, after all, very difficult for me to understand the roots of it. I can go anywhere. I'm not limited by anything, I am guessing. Is this in accord with you, Kayla? I will walk around the city, get to know the people, and come back later.
Well, sure, I guess. Okay, sure. There's some clothes in my office. You can go in there and change. Oh, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Here, I'll help her. Great. And there's another uniform in there for you, too. It should fit you. You gotta look professional here, LOL. Although, I don't know what I'm LOL is about. I'm Catherine, by the way. Okay, Catherine. I've got an idea. The lanes aren't gonna open for another couple of hours, and I'm guessing that you're not gonna need intensive training in shoe sizes. So if you take Joan for an hour or two, I can catch up on some paperwork. Would you be willing to drive her around? You can use my car. Get to know greater downtown Tucson, get some groceries, whatever. Sure, no problem. Oh, and did you know there's a woman in a sleeping bag on the sidewalk just outside the door? Oh yeah, her again. I'm just afraid she's causing all kinds of problems for my business. People are afraid she'll scream at them or attack them, or try to sell them fentanyl or something. But she just keeps showing up. She keeps saying, I'm not on drugs, I'm homeless. And I have no idea how I can help her. I guess I'll figure something out. You two enjoy the morning sun, LOL.
Act 1, Scene 3. Catherine and Jill are in the produce section of a grocery store as Patricia, a homeless woman, enters. Patricia heads towards the grapes, takes one, puts it in her mouth. She grimaces. The manager comes in, boiling mad, to confront her. You again. You just can't help yourself, can you? I keep telling you, these grapes are for the people who are willing to pay for them. You can't just walk in here and start eating the produce.
I happen to know that it is entirely legal to sample the produce. I took one grape, only one grape, and guess what? It's not any better than it looks. I would have sped it out, but I don't want to come to the store. And I don't think it's fair to charge more than $3 a pound for grapes that are all getting all wrinkly. Sitting here for who knows how long, seeing grapes that were here yesterday, going to be raisins and dates. It's not right. People like me can't afford these prices. Well, you and your big grocery store are hauling in the moolah, hand over fist. People like me can barely hold enough money in our fist to pay for these grapes, which could be called grapes only out of kindness.
This is a grocery store, not a social justice forum. This is how much grapes cost. They stay here until someone buys them. Here, let me see.
the grapes. They're right there in that little house.
Oh, no, you can't fool me. I keep track of these things. See this much? Virtually naked? You ate these, didn't you? Here's the stem, where you threw it back into the bin after you ate all the grapes.
You are wrong, entirely wrong. You were here, weren't you? I walked in after you did. I saw you looking at these grapes, and you saw me, and you didn't see me taking any grapes, did you?
No, you are correct. We did not. You appear to be hungry. May we buy some of these grapes for you? No, never mind. In my village, we would give these to the goats. Not even good for wine. Certainly not to eat.
It's okay. Let's just get our groceries and get out of here. We weren't planning to get grapes anyway.
Yeah, yes, please, but they're not the grapes. But if you could help me with a loaf of bread, some cheese, maybe a jar of peanut butter, I would be very grateful. What kind of person are you anyway? It's like you don't even see me. Like I'm invisible unless you're having a bad morning and you want to vent your spleen on someone.
I'm the kind of person who believes in order and people obeying rules. We can't survive as a society if we go around making our own rules and breaking everyone else's rules. I see you with your sleeping bag, walking around the shopping center, and I'm worried about our society.
Oh, you worry about our society, do you?
Yes, I do. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm just doing my job. Not my fault. You don't have a job.
Madame, if we may, we would like to buy food for this lady. May we?
Sure. If you really have money. If you really think she deserves your help. What else do you got in that bag?
See, look, I'm turning my back, my reusable grocery bag, upside down, and you can see it's empty. I have not taken anything. I do not steal. I do not take what does not belong to me.
I'm stupefied. That is the word, correct? Stupefied. What has happened to you that you cannot buy food?
What has happened to her is she refuses to take responsibility for her own life. She roams around this town begging and stealing. She's not really poor. You see the shoe store across the street there? They told me that she was in there the other day looking at the athletic shoes before they shoot her out.
The woman is clearly in need. Here, she just wanted grapes. Without stealing, she hasn't some money for them. And I see her shoes. What she's wearing, her feet must be in pain. They shoot her out. Doesn't she need shoes? They forced her out. And socks. Yes, socks. Stop it. But we'll buy some food for her, and then some shoes and some socks in another location.
Sure. Good. Perfect. And you are incredibly naive. I'm calling the cops. Get out of here. All of you. I don't need people like you in here questioning my values, messing up my store. Get out. Get out. I mean it. Get out. The three of us are okay. Go on.
Who are you? I mean, Billy, who are you? Where are you from? Your accent?
She's my friend, visiting out of town. Didn't you say you're from Joan? Well, she's visiting. She doesn't know Tucson, so I'm taking her around. So groceries, library, the old mission, and some shoes and socks for you.
Wait, didn't I see you two coming out of the Lucky Strike Bowl earlier today? Can you stop by there? I left my sleeping bag behind the dumpster in the back.
Sure, let's do that.
And so my new friends. You're my friend, aren't you? This is Michaela, Katrin, Michaela, and this new friend. You're Patricia, thank you. And then you can take me around so Catherine can get back in time. I know you won't want to disappoint Michaela by being late.
How? Don't tell me you know how to drive a car.
No, not at all. She can drive the carriage.
No. I gave up driving long ago, but don't worry, for my bus. I have bus tokens in my sleeping bag out there.
Act 1, Scene 4, 2 days later. We're back at the Lucky Strike home. Joan sits with Patricia, Catherine, and Michaela. They're relaxed, all eating French fries that Catherine has made with them.
So, another brilliant day in Tucson?
Right, anyway, not brilliant.
Oh, yes, so beautiful, your small city. And Cesar, you say French fries?
Well, yes, it's just a name. Like French bread, French toast.
So, the English one, but our French food is still superior. I see no English fries. No. But, as I say, your city is very pleasant.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these people are a little scary, crowding around you.
Do not worry, my friend. I am not afraid of them.
I see that, but it's just that I always feel like I need to be protecting you.
Oh, please, no, my friend. The desire to protect life, so many good intentions, may sometimes keep one from learning what they need to do and from learning how to do it. Please do not try to protect me. You will be like my father, who told my own brother to kill me if he saw me with the army.
That was his idea of protecting you, to have you killed?
Remember, son, to maintain his place in the small village where we lived, and remember his experience, that women with the army were their only as prostitutes.
Sounds less like love for you than love for his own reputation.
The family name must be maintained. Who would it serve if I had damaged the family name? Here, I see all of you kiss each other and smile your big smiles all the time, which you do to show your love, to maintain your own reputation as a good person, yes. You see, my papa would find that outrageous.
Listen, ladies, I think that it might be a good idea to skip the Tucson tours tomorrow.
Why? What's the problem?
Well, I got a call from the sheriff's office this morning asking a lot of questions, implying that there's some kind of problem, saying that they were going to come over here and search the place.
For me? For what reason? It begins to sound like before.
Then it sounds to me like it would be better for us to clear out, to not be here when you arrive.
No, it's all right, my friends. I believe in an appointment tomorrow to help in the soup kitchen. Am I not right?
Yeah, and why shouldn't we do that? Those people aren't going to turn us in or anything. You should see them crowd around and talk to Joan.
But apparently that's where the sheriff's department got the complaints from, so someone there must have...
Yes, it is the same as before. The good people, the kind people, and the people who are not, and the people who turn away later. I don't know. Yes, it is the same. Here you have this beautiful world. Okay, the smoke, the distant fires, but all in all, a beautiful world. And you have the beautiful homes, this beautiful bowling alley with cold air, so many stores with the conditioned air, all the cars and the buses so cold. And believe me, that is progress.
Yeah, sure, fathers may not threaten to have us killed, but the system is still rigged against us.
Speaking of which, my husband made some kind of deal with some Politico
Okay, let me guess. He's divorcing you. Are you happy or crying?
I don't know.
See, we're not even surprised anymore. So, Joan, what do you think? Is this progress? Is our beautiful world really any different from yours?
Believe me, I see progress. But people are always the same. Remember, every woman gives her life for what she believes. Sometimes people believe in little or nothing, and so they give their lives to little or nothing. One life is all we have, and we live it as we believe it. And then, it is gone.
But you've already given your life. Why should you do it again?
How could I know? It doesn't matter why. If I am here, I must do my best. And that is all. Maybe before I did not do enough. Maybe I still have something to learn. Maybe this is my chance to learn something new. Certainly not everybody lives fought with swords and while wearing armor and riding a white horse. Maybe my battle is now. I know not. My armor is not. I know not. But I see you, my friends. Michaela and Patricia and Catherine. You are living your lives in this manner now, of living for what you believe in. I am so proud to know you. You are the heroes that people need. I say I stand, as I've stood before, but you act. You do good, you help, you learn, and you help. Am I right?
One scene 5. It's 2 days later. Joan and Patricia sit on a bench at a bus stop.
Where would you like to go today?
You mentioned museums, a museum of the desert, a museum for the children.
Yes, but I don't think that's an option today. Too many people. Can you please tell me what was up with those people yesterday?
I don't know, so many people, and some all people going up and down, walking all around, gasoline, staring and talking. Who are these people?
Yeah, I don't know. You got me. It's a mall, you know, just a mall. They seemed to me like they were your fans.
I'm learning your English very quickly. I think you will agree. But some words, I have no idea to understand them or use them. Fans.
The people seem to know who you are, which I don't even know. Catherine was acting kind of weird about it last night. And Michaela, you know they're both so worried about so many things.
But did you see the man with the camera? That's the word, is it not? The man with the camera, camera? Yes, following us around, and why?
No idea.
How did they hear about me?
I may have mentioned you to my pals over at the soup kitchen.
Yes, that soup kitchen. So beautiful also. Such good people to work with. But why did you tell them anything?
My dear girl, you don't even know who you are, do you? You talked to all those people, you held their hands, you healed that woman's baby, you helped the old guy with crutches, you hugged them, you cried with them. You still don't know who you are. Your very name, Joan, your cute little accent.
But I do know. I am Joan, whom my mother called Jeanette. That is who I am. I did not heal anybody. Except if touching is enough to heal. Crying with their sadness. Looking into their eyes.
See, that's what I mean. You heal them. You saved them. You're a saint. You're a hero. You're a healer.
I'm none of those.
Maybe, but I'm a woman who 7 days ago had no home, no money, no clean clothes, never enough food. A woman who spent my days riding the buses around my own hometown because I had no place to go. Spent my nights sleeping on sidewalks and behind buildings. Who today has these clothes, these shoes, a full stomach, and I took a shower this morning. This is a miracle, and that means that you...
Our friend McKenna has been very good to most of us, and to Catherine. She is what I would call a saint. If she sees what you need, if she has it, she gives it to you. These people are the saints.
The women hear the sounds of a mob of people, soft and far away, coming closer and getting louder.
Look out, they're coming again.
Who is coming? Oh, the people, so many people. One thing I know not.
I know what they want, miracles. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, good, the bus is just in time. Hurry, get on quick.
Joan and Patricia exit as the deputy enters.
Gone. Looks like they got on the 401 bus westbound. Yeah, on it. 10-4.
End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Joan is lying on a hospital bed, wearing a standard hospital gown, tied in back. She sits upright quickly. She seems woozy, tries to put her foot to the side to get out of the bed, but as she begins to lower one leg over the edge, a shrill alarm goes off and the nurse rushes in.
Nope, you can't get out. Got to stay there. In the bed. You have to stay in the bed.
This bed? Why? I am not tired. I am hungry. I have been carried from here to there without any food or drink. I am hungry and thirsty. And I am not willing to stay here any longer.
Very funny. Nobody cares what you are willing or not willing to do. You must stay here. Sorry. Not sorry.
The nurse rearranges Joan's legs straight out in front, tries to push Joan back to the head of the bed, but Joan resists. The nurse gives a final angry push.
You stay here.
For how long? And when may I eat or drink?
I don't know. And I really don't care.
Joan lies back, closes her eyes, opens her eyes, turns on her side, closes her eyes. Her mouth falls open and she seems to have relapsed into sleep.
That's more like it.
The nurse leaves. A middle-aged doctor enters with a young resident, doing rounds. The resident listens attentively when the doctor speaks.
A clear example of delusional disorder. Patient claims to believe she is Joan of Arc, not coincidentally also a famous example of delusional disorder. Called by God through angelic visitations to wear armor and ride a horse to Paris, we need an army of men to save France from the English. This one believes she is that same person, and she's not the first. There have been several through the ages since the real Joan of Arc was born at stake. Questions? Well, how's she been identified? Has any blood work been taken? A full body workup? It looks like she's bruised here around her left eye. She is tentatively Jane Doe. We have not taken blood, and we will not do so until a garden and a violin is competent. She has rights. Even crazy people have rights.
Joan is not asleep. She's been listening, and she smiles secretly to herself, mouthing the words, "Eventually people have rights." The resident looks from Joan's not open.
Well, this seems like a very long yet incomplete history for someone who was just admitted a few hours ago. Well, it says she was found in the Sonora Desert talking to a saguaro cactus, but that she has since found employment and residence, but also that she barely speaks English, but she responds when people speak to her in French, and so you conclude that we need to learn more. Have you proposed for us to do that? Well, I guess that we talk to whoever wrote the notes, get more details from them. But I think that we can learn more
been any closer.
You speak English then?
Of course I speak English. How do you think I have been survived here in this miserable desert of yours, long enough to be in this soulless place of yours, this prison of yours, and to be interrogated by you?
We don't want to interrogate you. We're here to help you.
Of course you are. To help me. Of course. Like the priests and the dukes and the English.
And you speak English because it is your native tongue. And by the way, you can give up your fake French accent now.
And that is my serious offense. That is why I am in this jail, this whitewashed hell, because you don't like my accent. In Rouen, they convicted me for wearing men's clothes. Here, they don't like my accent. I mean, why would you feel of mockery?
Simply put, you cannot be a 15th century French peasant.
And you cannot be a real doctor. You have no idea how to treat a person, a human being whose health is in danger. And that's, sorry to say, I do not have time to debate with you. You are wasting my time. You are wasting my air. You are wasting the space that is awaiting my next visit.
Your next visitor? Another saint, perhaps? A plaster statue? Or just a voice this time? You do know by now, I'm guessing, that your so-called, your saints, the images you played in visions to have seen were false. The statues you grew up seeing upon which your visions were based, the statues, I say, were manufactured, yes, manufactured, built, mass-produced, for just such ignorant and naive peasants as yourself. In other words, fake, fake, fake.
I believe I am within my rights to ask you to leave.
Indeed, you are, and I am within my rights to refuse. I am within my rights to keep you here for as long as I like, and to return here, to take up your space, to use up your time with my knowledge, with my diagnosis of you as a malingering, delusional, sociopathic.
The therapist enters, pauses for a moment, taking in the scene. The 18-year-old girl, pale and under liberation, confronting the doctor who looms over the bed. Dr. Perdue, I'm Stephanie Carson, Department of Social Services, here to take an assessment of your patient. Her name, I believe, is Joan.
She claims to be Joan of Arc, returned to life. For what purpose? Why is she here? No one knows. Certainly not her.
I'll be happy to take over that, doctor. The doctor is ready to exit. Joan, I'm going to arrange some food for you. I'll be back as soon as I can. It's later the same day. Joan is still in her hospital bed. Catherine sits in a chair next to her. Michaela stands at the foot of the bed.
If there's a way to get you out of here, we'll do it. I promise that.
My dear friends, I thank you. Is there any way for me to be released from this? This is like a bad noir, a nightmare. You understand? As if I had not suffered enough when I was on Earth before.
Well, yes, I wonder that too. Why would you be here? And I mean, why here? We're thousands of miles from your home, and you've given your life. What purpose could there be? I mean, I'm a religious person, and a nun's make sure of that. But can God want you to go through all this all over again? I mean, isn't once enough?
Maybe. That is a question, isn't it? You're asking me as if I knew, and I'm afraid to ask God because asking would show a lack of faith in His will. Before, my purpose was clear, to save my home and country from the English. And now here, where my precious saints, my lovely voices, have not spoken to me yet. Yet I do not know.
Well, maybe we're the voices. God's hands, Catherine and me and Patricia. At least in that we want to help you.
My dear Michaela, my dear Catherine, you are inspiration to me. Having discovered me in the desert, having clothed and sheltered me, met all for me in this world of yours. Yet, you are not my verses. You understand?
Yes, dear Joan, we understand. If only we could protect you now from what we see coming. The mob, you know, is still outside, not just the poor and needy. In fact, it seems they are more favorable toward you than the doctors, the journalists, the people who are educated and sophisticated. Have you read the latest?
You know I can't read. Can you tell me what these people write?
No, you don't want to hear it. It's nothing but lies and cruelty, suggesting that you're a hoax. Well, they want to see you only so they can tear you down. There's nothing good or praiseworthy in what they say or what they want. Come on, Michaela. You can't suggest that the ill-informed mob is any better. They want a hero to worship, a temporary light in their poverty of mind and spirit. And then once they receive whatever it is, or whatever they think they've got trapped as they imagine in their worldview, they'll end up saying the same things about being woke, being a phony, making claims that are only lies, all that. They will turn against you. You should know that from your own experience.
Some things never change, do they? People, at least.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Some politicians have made a case that you're a danger to the city and the people of Tucson, and Arizona, and even the whole country. I don't even know. I mean, it's all just legal. It's all hogwash. These people, the sheriff's deputy or whatever, thinks they're going to arrest you and put you in jail.
And the peasants, I mean the common folks, the mob outside, will they attempt to save you?
Let me tell you, you don't want to be saved by them. They might keep you from going to jail, but they will tear you apart. You have no idea what they're capable of. Okay, Catherine. We agree with you. You're preaching to the choir.
Oh, that is all right. I believe I understand what you are both saying. Again, some things never change. Yet, I cannot see beyond the two alternatives you present. Allow myself to be taken to court by the arms of the law, or allow myself to be taken to God knows where in the arms of the rebel.
Patricia enters, breathless, stands at the side of the bed. The women hear the sounds of the mob in the distance, becoming closer.
The mob followed me. I'm so sorry. It was my fault. I told my friends at the soup kitchen, and they told some other people, and it just kind of like, you know.
Well, where are the security people? They should have stopped this.
My friends, your love, your support, your patience, your loyalty. I'm afraid I'm running out of English words to thank you, but
Patricia starts to cry. Catherine comforts her, and the two leave the room.
yet, more than me. Your good intentions are not enough. You do understand that, so do you not? Now the battle is enjoined, and it will not be fought with sword and shield. I will ride no white horse up to a siege wall. What it will be, I know not. When I have only the Gallagher used, I must stand and do this. And I realize I smell smoke.
The doctor enters, followed by the therapist.
Who are you people? You have no right to be here. This room is restricted. The patient is a danger. A danger to whom? I ask the questions here. Who are you? I am her next of kin. And what proof do you have of this? Well, unfortunately, Doc, I do not carry proof of next of kin around with me. But I've called my attorney, who is also Joan's attorney, and she'll be here shortly.
You may recall, doctor, that you are required to allow patients.
You may recall, Miss Dogood, that you are required to follow procedures as dictated by the designated caregiver of the case, by the designated caregiver for any given patient. That designated caregiver is me.
If I may, doctor, I think that a less adversarial conversation with this patient would be more helpful.
Are you blind? Are you ignorant? This is not your ordinary patient. It is a miracle that I have not committed her already.
A miracle? You consider yourself a miracle maker?
No, I mean.
Yes, I do. I am thinking of the Hippocratic oath you took so many years ago. You may have forgotten it. So, I have these questions. Is she a danger to herself or others? Is she in danger? Would remaining in your care pose a danger to her? What would be your reason for committing her?
This is a medical decision which you, with your degree in, what is your degree in, may I ask? Well, Madam, because I don't see your name tag, and I've seen nothing on this patient's chart that indicates that your presence has been requested. My degree is in counseling. If you'd be so kind as to contact the nurses station, they'll call up my personnel record, which shows that my job is to help patients like this one. I disagree that talking to this person would help her, and it will certainly not help me reach a diagnosis and a treatment plan.
We're just going to have to agree to disagree.
Oh, no, you don't. Don't give me that BS. You agree with me or your job is done. You are done. I am in charge here. I want you out now.
May I say, you're not as intimidating to a professional doctor as you may be to the usual patients who enter this facility, right? And unaware of their rights. And so I insist that, have you even ordered food for her? She must be hungry and thirsty. And yet you stand here and berate her, deny her rights as a human being. Your words, your unconcealed contempt, these reveal you as being less than professional.
She is apparently waiting for her saints and angels to provide her with food and drink.
You can see that she's doing nothing of the sort.
I have a warrant for the arrest of one Joan of Arc. Is there anyone here by this name? Yes, of course. I've seen you before. You claim to have some secret knowledge that will save people?
I make no such claim.
Then what do you claim?
I claim nothing.
Joan steps carefully off the bed. Michaela comes close to protect her.
Thank you. No, I must go with this person, this officer. Please help me to prepare. Help me with my clothing.
Blah, blah, blah. Get your clothes on and come with me.
Act 2, Scene 3. Joan and her 3 friends, huddled around her, are standing in a dingy Ford outside a courtroom.
I feel so bad. It's all my fault. What do you want us to do?
Stop! Don't keep bothering her. She needs a moment to gather herself before she goes into the courtroom.
It is all right, my friends, but I am not the one to ask. It's not what I want you to do. Don't you see? You must find your own purpose. It's what you must do for yourselves. To surrender who you are and to live without belief is more terrible than dying. Even more terrible than dying young. I remember what the good saint told me, and I tell you the same. Above all, Saint Michel told me that I must be a good child, and that God would help me. He taught me to behave rightly and to go often to church. But you must find your own voice, where you look for comfort and understanding which will guide you. Not as I was guided, because in your time, church and worship are different. You will find your own voices. You will find your own way to comprehend.
We hear the mob just outside the door. The voice starts to speak. We and Joan hear the voice, but Joan's friends appear not to hear it. The 3 friends sit and wait.
Help me understand. The voices, your saints. Do you really think God sent voices to tell you to save France? Save France from the English?
Why would he not?
And why would he send you now to this place, in this time? Where are your voices now?
I know not, nor do I care. Time is nothing now. When I was waiting on the fire, I felt time, long seconds and minutes, a short hour and a very long day. No, I was wrong. That was not time, that was, I do not know. The time does not matter.
Oh, you poor fool. That was time, this is time. And perhaps this is hell.
Oh, I am sorry. I thought you were a friend. It doesn't matter where I am or when I am. If
Empire, the modern American Empire, what do they call it? The silencing, the canceling, the new form of the fire, the torture.
If I suffer once or twice or many times, it is God's will. Then I am content.
Did you see what they did to your body after the fire?
Different from what has been done to so many women's bodies, so many innocent children's bodies, even to the bodies of soldiers. You want me to acknowledge that? You are a sick soul.
I want you.
You think only of shame, am I right? You do not see exactly your own guilt, your own shame at your own fault. Not mine. None of it's mine.
I did what had to be done for all that was English.
For what? For the church? I think not. The church was for you a tool of power. For different people? No. Of course not. And now, for the people of Arizona? No. For your own power, which, as you have seen, is far and long gone. Finished. And now, at the end, you begin to speak truths. You lie so well because you lie to yourself. Others have no chance against the internal security of your lies. You wrap them around yourself for protection. But then you are trapped by them.
Enough! You're mad, insane, still hearing this voice, my voice, just like the voices of your youth.
You are as much like my angel voices as a pig in its sty is like San Michel.
Quiet! The guards are coming. They know you're insane. Every word you speak to me, they add up on the record of your insanity. I will lock you up. It will be like it was before, worse. They will ridicule you. They will use you for their private campaigns. You exist for them as an idea.
Is this worse than when I served as the basis for and the excuse for your own private campaign? The idea of me you used in service of your power. But
No, do not.
yes, I must. I thank you for your opposition, for which has helped me even more than anything else to go through this time.
Act 2, Scene 4. At the end of the courtroom, where the magistrate is confronting Joan. Joan stands before the magistrate with her usual straight posture, self-assured yet humble. The magistrate begins by reading from the newspaper.
Before I pass judgment, it is your opportunity, according to law, to speak for yourself. What is your purpose in causing all this turmoil and confusion? It says here you're one of those woke people? True? You one of those do-gooders? You like that little girl over there in Sweden or whatever? You're gonna chain yourself to a fence somewhere for climate change? Or, wait, you for Black Lives Matter? Antifa, LGBTQ and all that? Or are you just insane?
I am not here for any of those things. You have people for that. Why do you not listen to them? No, do not attempt to lie. I understand. You are always looking for more. You have plenty, and you have more than enough. Yet you are avide. You are greedy for more. And each person who attempts to be seen by you, you refuse, you decline to see them.
Not that any of those things matter. That's hearsay, fodder for the mob. I have here the arrest warrant which charges you with disturbing the peace. How do you plead?
I do not plead. You have no
Listen here,
authority.
young woman. You are in a court of law. I do have authority in this court. You call me Your Honor. Understand? Don't accuse me of whatever your complaints are. I am the judge. You are here to answer to your own behavior under the law, not to accuse me of whatever is bothering you.
I understand, and I apologize. Your Honor, if I may continue. Speaking not of you personally, Your Honor, but for society as a whole, if I may. Thank you. For a few minutes, maybe, the people as a whole examine, they want to are different. They want to make protest. They look for their flaws. They laugh at them. They discard them. And look for the next one. And the next. I am not one of these. Everyone wants to put their hands on me. They all have an idea of who I am, who I must be, to satisfy their hopes, their careless whims and fancies, their superstitions. But I am none of these things. I see the images of myself that have been made through the ages. Whom does that help? Does anyone? Not in the slightest. They are looking for magic. I am not that. Not then. And not now.
Who are you then?
I repeat, as I have said before, I am only Sharon, whom my mother called Jeanette. I am La Pucelle, the native of France, a simple girl who followed voices to do what was right. I must do it again in this time, in this place. People say the images I saw as a child, that my saints, my Catherine, my Margaret, my Holy Saint Michel, never existed. These people say I am crazy. I say, believe what you believe, and I will believe what I believe. And here I am in a future no one in Pommerany could have ever imagined. And I have witnessed scenes unimaginable to me in an earlier time. I may call these miracles, even as you call them everyday life. You, a magistrate, you tell me, is this time less imaginable than the time when I waited for the flames to engulf me in Rouen? I retain still the glory of obedience to my voices, and to my vote, and my fealty to my Dauphin, with the help of friends. While the powerful who decline to help, driven by greed and the lust for power, how unworthy they were. Yet, you have heroes, not I. I do not claim that any more than I claim sainthood, or heresy, or witchcraft. Look around you for your heroes. You, sir. And now I do address you directly, personally. Look at the homeless. Why should they not be in homes? Look at the poverty-stricken immigrants. Why should they not receive help, rather than be sent back to the violence and hunger of their previous lives?
Have you finished?
No, I have not finished. I will continue with your permission. I know that it does not matter what I say. You have already made up your mind, and these reporters in this room. They have already written their stories. They remain here only to find a nice quote, a perfect headline. I ask you this. What is the real work of saints?
Their life is one long, tedious round of service and love. Saints are the ones who go for a child who cries, throws their woe in distress. Saints are the ones who visit their senile relatives in hospice. Saints are the ones who bring clothes and toys to the orphanage. Saints are the ones who feed the families living on the streets, which work hardly gets recognized by society. That's unfair. Yet, I still look to us humans, whom God created to serve each other. I look for us to redeem each other, to erase the unfairness, to relieve the burdens of those who are weary and who faint. That is the work of saints. And shame on all of you for trying to impede that work. That work of the real heroes, the real saints who live all around you. Now, I will hear your judgment, which you and I and all of us know is not God's judgment. I will ask all of those who hear these words today. Who among you will remain with me? Who will hold the cross to my view as I burn? And who, on the other hand, will cheer as the smoke rises and the flames engulf me?
Case dismissed with prejudice. This case cannot be renewed. You are free to go, miss.
Act 2, Scene 5. Joan is back in the desert, standing next to the saguaro, next to the rock where she sat at the beginning. Michaela and Catherine and Patricia stand nearby, barely holding back tears.
It is time for you to leave me, my friends. Thank you for being my friends, for being my saints. I must take my next path alone, as will you all.
The mob noise grows louder. Joan's friends stand still for a moment, then turn back toward the noise of the mob and walk purposefully toward that noise. Joan remains alone in the desert. End of play.
You too. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have class?
Go on up there if you want.
We can go over there?
Yeah, I think you can go up there. There's Louise. Go say hello to her. Daniel, did you get one of these? Yes. Okay. you for coming. She really appreciate it.
Hi, John.
Thank you for coming.
How's it?
Yeah, it kind of caught me by surprise. Like, she's getting better and better at writing these things. How strong are your fingers? Can you peel that off?
I'll try.
Okay. One clip. There we go.
Hi, you guys. Have a good one. See you Friday.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Pin here board.
Two of our students.